Hello again, my friends. Welcome to episode 3 of my Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord War Sales campaign, Mare Nostrum. I'm the Godless Gamer. I hope you guys got a kick out of the thumbnail that is for this video, especially my companions. I haven't even got to that point yet. I make my thumbnails after I'm done making the video, but I already have a great idea on what I'm going to do for my thumbnail today, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I think I'm going to do something like that occasionally as my party grows and we get more and more companions, and we'll do like a group photo constantly as we grow. But anyway, I hope you guys got a kick out of that. Hope you enjoyed that. We have some things to talk about today as we get booted up. Let us welcome a new companion to the crew, T-Nex. Congratulations, you are now in my you're now in my party. I was able to make you behind the scenes. I made you out of a soldier that you requested, a man after my own heart, another Imperial. So I made you out of an Imperial legionary, and it took me some it took some work because it's a legionaries are land troops. They're not a mariner type troop, so I had to fight a few land battles and do some stuff on land, not on sea. So it was a little trickier to make you as opposed to Bjorn. Bjorn is the one companion in my party that is actually a mariner type troop, so it was relatively easy. And plus, most of my party is made up of Nords anyway, so making Bjorn was pretty easy. By the way, Bjorn, I dropped you as a Norse Ulfheden. I made you out of a Nord Skjalbrester, like we talked about in the comments. So congratulations, you have all your weapons. You have a bow and arrow, a two-handed axe, and then you have a one-handed axe as well. I might give you a shield. No, actually, no. I'm not giving you a shield because you wouldn't be able to use it anyway. So there's no point in you having a shield, really. But yeah, I was able to do that. So we have 3 companions in total now. We have Louis, or Llewellyn, who's a Batanian Fian champion. We've got Bjorn, who's a Nord Skullbreaster. And then we have T-Nex here, who is a legionary. T-Nex, what I did with you when I made you, because you didn't want a specific party role in my party. You didn't specify if you wanted to be a quartermaster, scout, or surgeon, so on and so forth. So when I created your character, I decided that maybe I'm going to make you my new quartermaster. My brother's currently my quartermaster, and he's boosting my party by 17, which is pretty good. But the thing is that now, because behind the scenes, while I was creating T-Nex and remaking Bjorn's character, I was able to get to clan tier 2, which boosted my party size. So now that my party size is greater, it's 92 now. I'm not going to get the full party size from to 92 because there's no point in filling my party up because we're operating mostly on the seas, and the only thing that matters with party size when I'm at sea is this. I can only man 2 ships effectively with 76 men. If I overman my ships, if I increase my party size on land to my full party size, what is it, 96 or whatever, or 90, it'll be too many men for my fleet to handle, and it'll slow down my fleet at sea. So we're just going to max out our party size at 76. Until I get a new ship and I increase this number, we're not going to get the full benefits out of my current max party size. But I figured I don't need that 17 that my brother's giving me in the party. I know I'm flip-flopping between menus here, guys. I'm sorry. I don't need this 17.8 because I'm not at my full party size anyway. So I think I'm going to make T-Nex. I'm going to make you my new quartermaster, even though you didn't specifically ask for it. I will replace you until somebody else, like we get a new commenter who wants to be my quartermaster, but I figured I'd make you my quartermaster for now, so that way all my companions have a job or have a role in my party. Bjorn's my scout, Llewellyn is my surgeon, and then now T-Nex, you're my quartermaster. Because you have decent stewardship, and that's what matters for quartermasters. I'm gonna throw a couple of focus points in here. I need to give you a focus point. When I created the character... Oh, I like how you have this badass scar on your face, by the way, Teen-X. As we level you up, I'll throw a couple of focus points into stewardship, because that's what matters for Quartermaster. And then, so, this is you. Most of these are the stats that you started with. A legionary start with decent polearm, half decent throwing, one-handed, and athletics, and you want to use a sword and a shield and throwing weapons. So, that's what you're using. So anyway, what happened between the episodes? Not much. I just spent some time creating those characters, and the one big change is that while I was doing that, the war that we were fighting against the Botanians ended. So we're not currently at war with anybody right now, but that's okay. Now that I have 76 men in my party, and now that we have that new ship, we have a Laberna now as my capital ship, I figured while we're waiting to get involved in another war, we can start attacking out on the seas, finding pirates, like sea raiders or corsairs, you know, those kinds of enemies. We can fight them on the ocean while we wait for another war to get involved in. Because I have the numbers now, we can take on sea raiders, whereas before I was avoiding them because I didn't think we'd be ready yet. I just didn't have the numbers for it. So we're just gonna sail around, wait to get involved in a war, and we'll just hunt down some sea raiders. Still getting marriage offers from my brother, and I keep turning them down. I want an imperial wife for my brother. And we're getting to the point where I need to start thinking about finding a wife for myself, because we're slowly aging as time goes by. And the longer I wait, the older I'm gonna get, and probably the availability of the ladies that I want to marry is gonna disappear. Oh, no! Nadea! Nadea, who I was thinking about marrying, is now already married. Who was the other one? Regea's daughter. Ira. I could send her a message. Nadea is Garios' daughter. Ira is Regea's daughter. I'm gonna send her a message. If I'm gonna marry her, we might as well get started on that whole, like, the relationship process where we have to pass some skill checks and stuff. I would prefer not to have to spend full price on a dowry for her, and that's what we would have to do if I didn't do the skill checks and, like, try to sway her to marry me willingly. We are not coming across any sea raiders out here. Alright, I decided to come a little bit south here towards Flandian territory, and look what we got here. We got two separate Sea Raider fleets. Let's try to get one. They're faster than us along the coasts and up rivers. We're faster than them in the open ocean. So we're not pushing him in the correct direction, but what's nice about our new ship, the Laberna, is that it's a deep draft, and it's usually easy to catch convoys, because most convoys tend to be shallow draft ships, and they tend to run away from you as you're attacking them, obviously. So if you can force them out into the open ocean, they're basically screwing themselves, because I travel faster out in the open ocean. So whenever we're chasing somebody, we want to chase them out into the open so we can catch them. Since this guy's locked off, you know what? He's sailing into a trap in here. They've got 3 ships. They have 2 light ships and 1 medium ship. We'll sell the medium ship. Oh, we'll just see what happens. We outnumber them significantly, so this would be easy. I would prefer it was a daytime battle, so I'm just gonna wait till daytime. Uh-oh, they're panicking. They don't know what to do. The raiders have become the raided. Heave to and prepare to be boarded, pirate. Alright, so they have 3 ships, but they have such low numbers that I doubt they're going to be able to bring all 3 ships into the battle. It's probably just going to be 1. Or 2. It's 2 of them. We don't need to bring our trade ship into this battle, which I named Trader Joe. We don't need that in the battle. So everybody's on my ship. This is our first time using this ship in battle. Now, I prefer not to sink these ships, so I'm not really going to be trying to ram them, but I'm not expecting a ram to actually sink either of these ships. But we'll try a ram. It's not going to sink the ship, but we'll do it. When you hit them head-on, nose to nose, the ram is ineffective. If you're hitting them at a perpendicular angle, then the ram is better. These are both of the light ships. The medium ship is what they kept out of the battle. Oh, whoops, that's a friendly guy. Now, Sea Raiders... Uh-oh. Whoa. Alright, sorry about that. Good thing it didn't crash. We might have to deal with that occasionally, because even in my free time, that happens a little bit. Oh, that was over. Quick. So the Sea Raiders, they are Mariner-type troops, which is why I've been avoiding them up to this point. Alright, here's Llewellyn. I'm gonna check all your kills. Llewellyn got 2 kills, Bjorn got 1, ExtenderEx, he didn't do anything. I don't want any troops. Okay, you guys got a little bit of something. By the way, I should talk about my hand-me-down order. My family members come first, but my sister Alea is eventually going to leave, so she's going to get kicked out of my party, so everybody's going to get bumped up the line of succession, so to speak. But I'm putting my family members first, then Llewellyn, because I made him first, and he's actually the highest level, then Bjorn, and then ExtenderEx. It's kind of going in order of when you guys joined my party. So that's a decent amount of loot. Let's see what ships we got. Nope, we didn't get any. We didn't capture any of the ships. And there is a tournament here. Now, I was told by one of my commenters that because last episode, when I got back after, you know, raiding somebody after capturing ships, I would just sell them before repairing them, but apparently, whatever, we'll talk about it when it happens. I was told to repair any ships that I capture when I get back, and then sell them. because when you repair them, it improves your boatswain skill. And apparently they sell for enough money after you repair them to offset the cost of repairing them. That's what my commenter said. I'm trusting you. Let's check out this tournament. If it's a really valuable horse, I'll do it. Full helm over laced coif. That's actually really good. 45 head armor. It's not as good as the helmet I'm wearing, but it's a good helmet. I'd be a fool to pass it up. Alright, who's on my team? None of you are on my team. Louis advanced. T-Nex, you got knocked out, and Bjorn, you got knocked out. Sorry, guys. I gotta work on my polearm skill. I see my brother. Oh, I see you, Louis. You're using a crossbow, you're not using a bow. I'll take you out last, just to make sure you advance. Oh, it wasn't me. It was this guy. I didn't hit you. Alright, none of you advanced. I'm surprised this guy got to the finals. He's, like, wearing no armor. I don't have any Vlandian companions that I... Like, none of my companions are Vlandians. We have a Batanian, we have a Nord, and we have an Imperial. Yeah, see, it's not good enough for me to wear, but it would be better for my sister or my brother who doesn't even have a helmet. I'll give it to him. How valuable is it? 12,000? I don't need the money, but... We have too much food. That's fine. Alright, we should be declaring war on somebody soon, at least hopefully. But in the meantime, we'll keep hunting sea raiders. I want to capture some ships, man. But I would prefer to be at war so we can go after convoys. That's where the money is. But those sea raiders did have some trade goods. I'm going to give you this one. This one's party leader or governor. This one's personal, so this one applies to you at all times. Minus 50% to deck movement penalty, so maybe you'll move around faster on ships. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. Let's avoid... Oh! We're at war with the Sturgians. The Sturgians are kind of tough to raid because none of their coastline is where I can disembark. I mean, there are some areas where I can disembark, but It's not like a river where I can get off anywhere. You see what I mean? All of the coastline is cliffs, so there's nowhere for me to get off, raid a village, and then get back onto my ship. I have to go inland in order to attack them, but I'm sure they have a bunch of trading convoys coming through here, so we're gonna come down this way. And we'll raid convoys coming from whatever this is. If I were to use a real-world example, I'd say this is like the Black Sea. This is a Caspian Sea, this is the Black Sea, this is the Baltic Sea, this is the Mediterranean Sea. So we'll head to the Black Sea, I guess? It's like a reverse Black Sea, because Black Sea has access from the Mediterranean into the Black Sea, but this Black Sea has access into the Baltic. So we're gonna head over there. See, so this is what I love about deeper draft ships, because it's just easier to catch up. With my deep draft ships, even though the shallow draft ships, like in rivers, for example, they would travel faster than me, there's nowhere that they can go. So if we just outsail somebody who's running away from us in a river, sure, they might be faster than us, but if we chase them in the right directions, we could just chase them into a corner or chase them up against a wall. You know what I mean? So... And if we're out on the open ocean, if I find a convoy out on the open ocean, we can just... Oops. I'm sorry. Damn it. You know what? Screw the Sea Raiders. Screw them. We're gonna have plenty to raid over here. That's gonna be way more valuable. So we're not in open sea right now. We're not getting that speed bonus because we're in this channel. None of this is open ocean. But we're still faster than them. It helps that our ship is super upgraded. We got all gold upgrades. Our sails are what's helping us so much with travel speed, 8%. Alright, TNX, you got your shipmaster skill. Same thing with you. Windrider, deck movement penalty, minus 50%. How fast we go, it's so awesome. I just want to see what kind of products he has. He has one decently valuable horse. He's got a bunch of food. A decent amount of iron ore. Nothing super valuable. He has some whale oil. He has a bunch of walrus tusks, but we've seen walrus tusks before, and they were worth a lot more. Alright, a half-decent amount of stuff. I spoke to some traders who say they just bought some cheese from Balgard at a price of 18 and sold it at Omor for 29. Alright, cool. That kind of information is relevant to people who like to play the game as traders and stuff. I mean, power to you. I prefer to attack the traders. Let's attack. And then hopefully we actually capture some ships this time. Again, we don't need this trade ship. We never need this trade ship. And I like that you're not forced to bring ships that you have in reserve into the battle if you don't want to. I like that. They brought all 3 of their ships to bear because they have the numbers to man them all. But we should be fine. We'll go after the trade ships first. We're sailing into the wind. Got the sun in our eyes. Yeah, the two ships on the ends are the trade ships. The middle one is the war vessel. So we'll attack the trade ships first. I'm going against the wind, so I can't get, like, a nice ram off the start. So, like, if I'm ever outnumbered, what I could do is just this, stay at range from the people, allow them to chase me, because we're not outnumbered, so we're good in this battle. But if we ever are outnumbered, we could just stay at range and have all of our archers thin them out before we get involved in the actual boarding action. Oh, I got some kills. It was an ineffective ram, but we killed some guys. Alright, I'm boarding this ship. They're all on one side of me, so hopefully they don't come around and attack me on the other side. Yep, they're boarding this ship right here, which is exactly what we want. Damn it! It's okay, I have unlimited ammo now, because I can restock. See, whenever those big spouts of water come up, I'm not sure why, but it just tanks my frame rate whenever that happens. I think that's what happened last time. One of those tall jets of water came up and... Alright, I'm just gonna tell all my men to attack now. Oops, and it's over. 10 deaths. T-Nex got 2 kills, and you guys didn't. You guys didn't get any kills. Now, since we're serving as mercenaries, influence doesn't do anything for us, but we get money in exchange for influence, so this is money. Alright, hopefully we captured some ships. Yes, we did. We captured the medium ship, the long ship, and we captured a trade ship. which actually has more cargo capacity than Trader Joe does, but Trader Joe is completely upgraded, whereas this one isn't. So I'm not going to swap. Trader Joe has 7,700 cargo capacity. This one has 8,000, so it's not that much. It's not worth replacing it or trading them. We should get a decent amount for Green Wolf. Alright. Now, doing this constantly is what got me so much money in my test campaign. I got up to almost 2 million, and it was basically just by raiding convoys constantly and taking ships. We have to be a little careful because if they have any really strong fleets in the area, we're over our fleet size. We're disorganized, but that's not going to last that much longer. Alright, that's gone. See, like that. Oh, he got off. Oh my god, look at this, a Sturgian. Oh, no. This is a, the Sturgians must have gotten an Aserai somehow. Is this an Aserai lord, or is this a mercenary leader? I'm not sure. I think that's a lord. Maybe they... Did the Sturgians get an Aserai lord in their party? Or in their faction? Interesting. So, NPCs, when because they can do the same thing, they can just disembark on land if they have a fleet, but they don't leave their ships behind like I do. See, like when I disembark, my ship stays here. This guy's ships just go with them, so you can't attack their ships. Alright, there are some cities up here that I can travel to drop things off. If I'm fast enough, I can go for another convoy. There is open ocean in this sea, so if we chase him out this way, he's just gonna get himself caught. And he's actually sailing me in the direction I want to go. I want to go towards Diathma anyway. See? Let's see what he has. Bunch of hardwood. Some more walrus tusks. He doesn't have as much as the last guy. But that's okay, I'm going to take it all anyway. Alright, I've got my ship. I got my shipmaster perk now. Same one, we'll do that. You don't use throwing weapons, Llewellyn, so I'm not going to give you that. Actually, you might have... No, you're the captain of my ranged formation. So those are the troops you're leading. You're leading bowmen, and bowmen are using bows and arrows and stuff. So you're not going to have a lot of soldiers in your formation that need that plus 20 throwing skill. So yeah, this is pointless. Minus 50% fall damage taken, and plus 100% kick damage dealt. I don't know how often your character is going to be kicking, but it's more valuable than this. I wouldn't get any value from giving you that perk. I don't know if I'm ever going to make you a governor. I'm not ruling it out. I'll just give you that. Okay, we need that one, and then you got your Mariner skill, Pirate's Prowess. Again, we're against the wind. So my guess is if we capture a couple ships again and from this one, if we capture the medium one and then another light one, when we get back to Diathma, with all of the loot that we have and the ships, we're looking at like 30 or 40 grand that we're gonna make when we get back to town and sell all this stuff. And then we can maybe start thinking about growing our fleet again. I might want to buy another Liburna. Oh, my sister just got taken out. I have 21 javelins. Oh no, I only have 6. Sorry. It said 21, but... I mean, it doesn't matter. I have unlimited ammo while I'm on my ship. Oops. I need to work on my throwing skill, which is why I'm doing this. A lot of my soldiers were Tier 1 Nord troops. I'm not paying attention to the bottom left, but everybody's getting skill points. Only 3 deaths. 1 kill for Louis, 1 kill for Pierre. None for T-Nex. I mean, these are really easy battles, but they're super profitable, even though they're so easy. It's just... like, we're not fighting, like, a huge frickin' fleet. But we're doing our piratey stuff. That might be a nice sword to give somebody. Yeah, my guess is probably about 50 grand in total, including the sale of the ships that we're gonna have. The 2 light ones. We didn't take the medium ship. We took the 2 light ones. Alright, so that's 4 ships captured. If we kept them all, it would take 198 men to sail them all effectively. So we're gonna be going super slow because I'm way undermanned. Hopefully we don't get attacked by a really strong fleet. We just need to get to Diathma safely. Alright, so I'm going to do what my commenter said. Repair all of my ships and then sell them. I'll take this one. I don't care about the governor skills. I want that +5 party size limit. Plus 50% damage to enemies with less than half of their hit points left. Hell yeah. Starting battle morale to troops in your party. This attribute point is going into control. That's it for, like, my combat skills, vigor, control, and endurance. I think I'm set with these attribute points. We'll start working on... I need some brains. I'm an idiot right now, so I need to work on intelligence. And I should mention this. Mariner, Boatswain, and Shipmaster, they don't all fall under intelligence. Shipmaster falls under intelligence. Boatswain falls under social. Mariner falls under cunning. Mariner falls under endurance. Boatswain under control. And then Shipmaster under vigor. So they all vary. Several attributes help with these skills. I need riding, so I'm gonna work on my riding. Alright, Bjorn, you got a bow skill. I'll give you reload speed. And, yeah, I'll give you reload speed. Oh, there's some sea raiders down here. Okay, it's gonna cost me it's gonna cost me 6 grand to repair everything. That better been worth it. But my boatswain skill increased a few times. There's a part that's cut off right here, but it increased quite a bit. I got my next perk. Ballista reload time. Ammunition per stack for crew under command, so all of my crew would get more ammunition. We don't have ballistas on our ships, and plus 10% isn't that much. I'll give all of my crewmates more ammo. That's more valuable to me. Alright, let's see what all of this is worth. There's 87 grand here in this city, so it should have enough money for all of this. 35 grand just for all of the, and we're not done yet because we have to sell some of this extra food that we have. So 40 grand. So 40 grand for all the loot. And then 24 grand for all the ships that we got. So that's more than I was expecting. I said about 50 grand. We're getting over 60 grand now. So look at that. Now we have 145,000 gold. Just from raiding 2 convoys. Alright, unfortunately, we're not super close to any Nordic territory because we're starting to get lower and lower on crew. As long as I have enough men to... Let's see if it affects our speed at all. We're not suffering any speed penalties. We're not undermanned. Which is good. Ooh, these aren't trade convoys, these are actual... They're going after one of my faction's convoys. I might be able to take on one of these, but not both of them at the same time. Not both of them. But what's nice about... If I were going to go for either of them, I'd go for this one, because from what I can see, this Laberna does have a ram. It doesn't have any shields on the sides, because if you look at it, the model shows what kind of upgrades it has. So as you see mine, I have the shields, so the model on the map shows you what all the upgrades that it has. So this one It does have a ram, but it doesn't have any protection on the side. It doesn't seem to have any sheathing on the bottom of it like mine does. You can see my metal sheathing here. We're not going for those. I would have to fight both of them at the same time. If I came across one of them by themselves, I would do it. We'll go after one of these Sea Raiders, because Sea Raiders have trade goods too. We'll go after this one because it has the lower numbers. And it's leading us in a direction we want to go. We want to head towards Nordic territory so we can restock. So like I mentioned before, this is a Nordic-type ship with a shallow draft, so even though we're sailing into a river where it's technically faster than us, because of our upgrades, we should still be faster than them. See? Still faster than them. We have the wind against us, we have the current against us, we don't have the right draft for rivers, and yet we still are faster than them. And then this will be a river battlefield. We won't be out in the middle of the ocean. It's going to be a river battlefield. I didn't check to see what kind of ships they had. I'm willing to bet they have 3 again. Yep, they have 3. 2 trade ships and... Oh, no, these are raiders. I don't know if they have any trade ships. Oh, no, it is out in the open. It's an open... I was expecting... There are river battlefields, trust me. And again, we're sailing into the wind. We're making so much money that it's realistic that we might be able to buy a heavy ship for ourselves and make it our capital ship. Oh, they have 3 trade ships. They're all trade ships. Oh no, they're all light ships. Light longship, light longship, light longship. They're all warships. It's trying to get away. Okay, they're all boarding each other, so we only have to attack in one direction. They're not on both sides of us. Yeah, for some reason I start with 21 javelins, but the second I throw my first one, I go down to 6. That was easy. They all just committed suicide. They attacked us. And I like how we boarded them. There's only one bridge, and it's on the prow, or on the bow of my ship, and there's very little room to maneuver. So I like how we ended up boarding them. It's another 9 dead. ExtenderEx got a kill, my sister got a kill. We're starting to run low on men. I need to get some more men. This is an Imperial shipmate who is already a Mariner type troop, so I might keep this Imperial troop and get him up to an Imperial Naute. So I'll take him. Not the Coast Guard. Oh no, I can upgrade the Imperial Coast Guard to a Naute as well, so I'll take both of them. It's just the Legionary that I won't take, and he's the best soldier of all of them, but he's not a Mariner, so. Alright, we have too many prisoners. I forgot to sell my prisoners. Okay, everybody got a little something. T-Nex, you got a new shield. I'm sorry, you got a new spear. Bjorn, you got a new one-handed axe. And then Llewellyn, you got some new boots. I'm gonna try to stick with your cultural armor type as best I can. But these chain boots don't mess with your outfit too much. Alright, what... Do we capture the medium one? Nope, we just got 2 lights. We're headed towards friendly territory anyway. We're headed up to Hargard, so let's head up there. These settlements have Khuzait type troops, and that's not what we want, so we have to go up this way. We're just stepping away from the war with the Sturgians for now. I just went over an hour on OBS, so we'll play for another like 15-20 minutes or so, because I'm going to do some editing. But we're nearing the end of this one, guys. Just doing mostly pirate stuff today. Just, you know, getting experience for our troops. Making a bunch of cash. 150k. And we haven't even gotten back and sold our stuff yet, so we don't know how much money... the 2 ships will probably be worth about 10 grand, both of them together. So we're probably going to make about 15, maybe 20 grand in total. Oh yeah, so that messenger never arrived to Ira, because this is the first time we're on land in a while. Would you care to tell me? My lady, I wish to profess myself your most ardent admirer. Her personality isn't that great, but she's got really good skills. She's got decent stewardship. She's really good with her combat skills. She would be a half-decent engineer if I decided to bring her into my party. I don't know how long she would be in my party, because if she's in my party the whole time, she's just constantly going to get pregnant, and she's constantly going to be creating children for me. She would make a good party leader herself because of her leadership and stewardship. But let's get the conversation started. Let's see how we do with our first set of skill checks. What? Hold on, I'm gonna try that again. So yeah, 9,000 from that. For the Adrestia, I think I want to switch from these tier 3 ores that have ore power 15%. I want to switch to these tier 3 ores because this gives me travel speed 6%, ore speed 15%. I think I prefer these to these. The light ores as opposed to the wide ores. I'm not going to switch unless I'm switching to the tier 3 version. I could get the tier 2 version of the lighter ores if I wanted, but I'm not going to. For my trade ship, I will do it. Technically, we're going from tier 3 to tier 2, but I want his travel speed to go up. We're okay on food. We'll walk around on land for a little bit because I want to go to some of these villages and get troops. Wow, these are already decent tier. Whoops. As you leave the village, a graybeard walks up to you carrying a cudgel. Although he's too old to fight, he says he was a warrior once and claims to know a trick move, a way of suddenly closing with your opponent and tripping them with a spear, which he offers to teach your troops for a price. He shows you his battle scars, which are indeed impressive. It's going to cost me 500 gold, my party gains some experience, but we become disorganized. That's fine. There's no enemies around here to worry about getting caught by while we're disorganized. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to do. Alright, so we're just going to choose the options that have the best odds. We have 3 100% chance ones. She likes my leadership and valor, and she also likes my roguery. I'll give her the rogue answer. Yeah, it's a rough world, but there are a lot of opportunities to be seized right now if you're not afraid to get your hands a bit dirty. She likes that. Alright, this is the only 100% chance one that I'm honored just to have fought alongside comrades who thought nothing of shedding their blood to keep me alive. Alright, this is where it's up in the air. 71% chance. Oh, no, we have 100% down here. I have a long list of scores to settle. You can be sure of that. Alright. Seems we have a lot in common. Alright, we have to do that again one more time. But since we're doing that, if we want to marry her, if she wants to come willingly, it's going to cost me way less money to get that marriage than if I decided to do it against her will. We can walk around a little bit, spend some time on lands, get our land legs. Oh, no, I can't. My fleet is 76 is what? Anything over 76. Anything over 76, unless we get more ships, will be overmanned. And 76 is fine. Yep, 76. We still haven't gotten a figurehead, which is the word that I was looking for last episode, and it wouldn't come to me. I just called it an ornament. It's called a figurehead. We haven't gotten one yet. We have to unlock those in battle. In my test campaign, I unlocked one of them, but that's because I fought, like, a lord at sea. It wasn't a trade convoy. It was, like, a named character that we were fighting, not generic sea raiders or anything like that. So I think you have to get involved in battles with people who are named characters in order to unlock those. Oh, somebody's pledging themselves to the Nords. Issa Roving. Isn't this a traditionally Sturgian? Isyaroving. Alright, the Nords just got another vassal. Hold on. Yeah, it's a Sturgian. So the Sturgians lost a lord. He defected to the Nords. Interesting. Alright, that's actually good, because that makes this... It doesn't make them that much weaker. It doesn't make them a lot weaker. Holy crap, all of these villages are already destroyed. I was thinking about maybe coming up here and raiding a village, but they're all destroyed already. Alright, let's get out into the Black Sea, or what I'm calling the Black Sea. Let's get out to the Black Sea. Maybe get involved in another sea battle, whether it be an actual lord, or if it's another convoy. This is probably going to be... Oh, there's sea raiders. Let's not do the sea raiders right now. Let's go after a convoy. So while this war is continuing to go on, this is going to be our area of operations right here. Fishermen, we can ignore them. They're just not worth my time. They don't have really great ships, and then they're not carrying, like, really valuable cargo. It's just civilians. Convoy of Alshir the Brewer. Catching up to him. Nowhere to run. Some more sea raiders. And then we're right outside a city, so we can hit it right after this battle. Sell all of our stuff. Let's see what they got. A bunch of flax. A small amount of jewelry. One walrus tusk. But they have a horse worth 12 grand. It's not bad. Alright, let's continue to privateer. Whoops, did I choose the wrong option? I think because I chose the wrong option, I can't attack him now for a while. Maybe I could just stay on his ass and let a couple of days go by so I can try again, but... I thought I hit hand over your goods or die. Damn it, we're gonna miss out on that horse that was worth 12 grand. There's only one ship here. This has 3 ships and the lower numbers, so I want to focus on this one. Alright, so we're actually attacking a lord. Maybe we'll unlock a figurehead at the end of this battle. Oh, is he running away? Can we catch him in time? He's still disembarking. Can we catch him in time? Yep.
You, over there.
The balance of power is slightly in our favor. Yeah, we caught him just in time. There's a minor waiting period as you're disembarking. It takes like a second or two, or a few hours in game, in order to successfully disembark. So we made it just in time. Now he's not going to have a lot of trade goods on him, but it's going to get us more influence, and we'll get a lot more military loot out of it. Here's my brother. Wow, my brother came to my party with some good equipment, it looks like. Still don't have the wind in our favor. Is there going to be a battle where we actually have the wind in our favor? I'm going after that 13 ship first. So they have a trade ship, a medium ship, and then a light warship. Since our numbers are relative, I think I'm going to stay at distance and skirmish a little bit more. I took half of my men off of the oars, so that way we can have more men shooting. I think he wants to board me. So if that's the case, what I'm going to do is, even though we still have half the oarsmen, I'll let them keep going forward. All I did was hold W, so they continued to move forward. And now I can get off the helm. Now I can do this. Use some time to do some damage. Let them get a little closer. See, I'm holding W, then pressing F, so my men will continue to row without me telling them to. Whoops. Sorry, bud. And since I have unlimited ammo now, I can do this indefinitely. I could just let my men keep rowing and whittle away at them with my throwing weapons. Now, I'm doing this because we have relative numbers. We have the same amount of numbers, so let's thin them out before we start a boarding action, you know? Just stay at distance. Let's slow down a little bit again. Let them get closer. And then get moving. They're trying to board us. Alright, this isn't good. They're getting on both sides of us. Wow, they wanted so desperately to board us. Alright, we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. We'll be fine. I need to contribute as much as I can personally because the numbers are so close, so I have to do well in this. We're probably going to trade pretty evenly amongst our soldiers. Let's get over here. My men are defending. I didn't tell them to attack, so they're attacking us. My men are mostly mariners, and I'm willing to bet that most of their soldiers, I'm sure some of them are mariners, but we have the advantage of troop types. Because all of my soldiers are mariners, so they perform better. That's a Sturgian Reaver. I think that is a mariner type of troop. Another Skjoldbreaster that I could turn in. Ooh, here's a Nord Huskarl. This is a tier 6 troop. He got 5 kills. Dude, this is my brother. This is my youngest brother. Check out the armor that he brought. I might steal some of his armor. 16 deaths. So yeah, let's see what they had. Here's a cavalry guy that's pointless. Here's another cavalry guy. An imperial crossbowman. They're not mariners. So yeah, just looking at the prisoners that we took, a lot of them aren't mariners. These guys are. These guys are. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. So see what I mean? So even if you're coming up against another lord at sea, most of the armor that they have are they're either half and half, like half mariners, half land troops, or mostly land troops. So I'm always gonna have the advantage at sea, like basically all the time, because all of my troops are mariners. You know what, brother? I think I'm gonna have to go into your equipment and steal most of your stuff because there's no way I'm letting you keep all that. You don't deserve to have all that armor. I didn't check your kills, I don't think, at the end of that battle. I'm sorry. Forgot to. Yeah, I'm just gonna check out my brother's stuff. I'm gonna strip my brother naked really quickly. I might give him all of what I'm wearing. That looks like a nice sword, but my sword has been serving me well. So yeah, I'm taking his armor. I have better shoulder guards. I have better boots. And I have a better helmet. So his armor is the only thing that he has that was better than mine. So my eldest brother, my eldest younger brother, because I'm the oldest. At least I think so. Is Nathanius older than me? I don't know. See, so that battle gave us like a bunch, because we fought against a lord. It wasn't like sea raiders or anything, or traitors. So we get a lot of military loot from fighting battles with them. Alright, let's put some clothes on him. Okay, so, what did everybody get? You got some new arm protection, Llewellyn. You got some new gloves. Bjorn, you got some new boots, and they are Nord-themed, because they're Huskarl-plated boots, so we're still sticking with the Nordic theme, so they still work with your outfit. And then T-Nex, you got this harness that was better than your old one. It's a little heavier, but it's way more protective. It's Imperial themed, so you still look like an Imperial. I'm just going to stick with that, the cultural theme to your armor. So we're sticking with all that. The rest of this is just loot. Actually, I have a banner here that I could give somebody. Decrease taken ranged attack damage. This will protect you a little bit more from range damage. I think I'm going to give this to you, Llewellyn, because you need a banner, and since you don't have a shield, maybe protecting you from range damage will be good. You don't have a shield either, Bjorn, but T-Nex does. I'll give that to you. No other banners or no other anything? Alright. We took one of the light ships. We didn't get the medium long ship. We just got the light one. That's okay. Okay, guys, that was the last thing we were gonna do. Let's head back to. Let's end this in a settlement. Oh my goodness, there's so many people around here. I hope this war against the Sturgian lasts a decent amount of time, because there's rich pickings in the Black Sea here. So we'll have a lot to do immediately upon starting our next episode, because I don't think there's going to be a lot I'm going to do behind the scenes, because I haven't had any requests for companions yet, so I don't have to spend any time. Maybe in this video's comments I'll get a request for another companion, and I'll have to do that behind the scenes, but I don't know that yet. Alright, let's trade. This is probably going to be about 20 or 30k. Oh no, not that much. 13k. This is an Imperial port. I'm curious to see what kind of ships they have for sale. Galleys and Nordic-themed ships. Nothing we want. How about we end this with a tournament, because we're here. Hopefully it's something good. Full helm overlays turquoise. This is what we won earlier. I'll do it. Wow, this... Holy crap, this tournament has all named characters. There's no generic soldiers in this tournament. Lucan, the leader of the Northern Empire, is taking part in this. It's just me and my brother. Me and my brother are the only ones from our party that are taking part in this, so you guys aren't in here. I wish I could be wearing my brother's helmet, but mine is just better stat-wise. Even though his is fancier looking. Sorry, bro. No hard feelings. He's short compared to me. I'm like a foot taller than this guy. I'm a foot taller than most people. Another short guy. Gotta kick him. Kick him again. Alright, he's pretty good. Give him that. He blocks. It's faster on the draw than I am. But not that time. Didn't get that much renown, but tournaments do provide some renown. And I do need renown in order to get to the next clan tier. We're already halfway there. I can give this to my sister. Louis, we'll let you keep your helmet. That's the same, and you want to stick to the Nord theme, so we'll do that for you. And then T-Nex. You can keep your helmet. I'll give it to my sister. I'm gonna have to remember to take this off of her when we get her married off. So if we get any marriage offers for her, I do want to get her married off. I just have to remember to strip her naked of all of her gear so I can give it to somebody else. But while she's still serving in my party, I'll give her that helmet. I could sell her old one for 6,000. It's not bad. Alright. I think this is where we ended our last episode. Oh, no. Last episode we ended in Diathma. We're in Aragorn today. Alright, let's level up who we need to level up. I got another one-handed perk. Do that. Plus 20% morale boost for crew while on own ship. Plus 20% morale... Less morale suffered by enemy... I'm sorry. Plus 20% to morale loss suffered by enemy ships in battle. That captain only applies to... I think I'm going to do this one, the captain, because I think that applies to everybody that's on my ship. because there are no land formations, or there are no, you know, like there's no archer formation or cavalry or infantry. That's not how it works on a naval battle. It works by ship. So if you're a captain, it applies to anybody that's on your ship. So if you're a ship captain, like let's just say I made one of you guys a captain, that part of the perk, the captain, it would apply to everybody on your ship. So I want this. Uh, Melee damage taken by crew while on enemy ships. So if I'm attacking enemy ships, I'm doing that. Long story short. Let's work on my brother's skills here. Yearn, you got another mariner. You don't use a shield, so having this... Kicking and bashing damage improved. Yeah, we'll do that one, because you just don't have a shield, so... Plus 30% shield hit points would be useless to you. And then my sister... Doesn't really matter. Alright, guys. Whoops, I just reset everything. I'll give her charm, because why not? Ransom our prisoners, we won't forget to do that. Okay, I promise we're wrapping up. We already sold everything. We sold our ships, we did all that. We're ready to go. We're all done. And I want to end in a city. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. This is probably a longer one, probably about the same length as my last video was, about an hour and a half. But I'm going to try to avoid doing 2-hour videos again. But this is really fun. We're involved in a new war with the Storagians. It's a really beneficial war because it's in waterways that we can dominate on the ocean, and we can attack convoys and attack, you know, just regular troop fleets like we did right at the end there. I don't believe we unlocked any figureheads. I forgot to check that. I didn't. I didn't unlock any figureheads. Oh well. That's fine. We'll have plenty of opportunities to do that. But that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you again to T-Nex for joining the crew. I appreciate you. A man after my own heart. Another fellow Imperial. I'm kind of surrounded by foreigners on my ship right now. My other 2 companions are a Nord and a Batanian, so it's nice to have another Imperial with me. Thank you for joining the crew. My crew and companion slots are still open for anybody who's interested in joining, so let me know in this comment section or in any of my previous videos if you're interested in joining my crew. We have plenty of available openings, but my crew is growing, and it's really fun to have you guys in here. It's nice to have some companions with me. So that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this one, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that and subscribe right now. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 4 will be coming at you soon, but until then, have a good one, guys.